Do you want anything, madam?
Yes, put some more wood on the fire. I'm freezing.
Oh, bless you. I'll soon have the room warmed up. Somebody at the front door, madam.
I'll go and open it. I'll see to the fire.
It'll burn up in a moment.
Hello, got my keys.
Good morning.
Hedda? Good heavens, are you up already? I thought you'd be fast asleep. Fancy that.
Don't shout. Mrs. Elvsted's asleep in my room.
Oh, she stayed the night here?
Yes, well, no one came to escort her home.
Hmm? Oh. No, of course not.
Well, was it fun?
Have you been anxious about me?
Not in the least. I asked if you'd had fun.
Oh, yes, rather. Well, I thought for once in a while... Oh. The first part was the best. When I read his book to him. We arrived over an hour too early. What about that, eh? Fancy.
Well,
Brack had a lot of things to see to, so Eilert read to me.
Tell me about it.
Honestly, Hedda, you've no idea what a book that's going to be. It really is one of the most remarkable things ever written.
Never mind about the book.
I'm going to make a confession to you, Hedda. When he'd finished reading to me, a sort of beastly feeling came over me. I found myself envying Eilert for being able to write like that. Imagine that, Hedda.
Yes, I can imagine.
What a tragedy that with all those gifts he should be so incorrigible.
You mean he's less afraid of life than most men?
Good heavens, no. He simply doesn't know the meaning of the word moderation.
Well, what happened after?
Well, looking back on it, I suppose you might almost call it an orgy, Hedda.
Oh, had he vine leaves in his hair?
Vine leaves? Oh, I didn't notice any. He made a long, rambling oration in honor of the woman who'd inspired him to write this book. Yes, those were the words he used.
Did he name her?
No, but I expect he means Mrs. Elvsted. Wait and see.
Where did you leave him?
On the way home. We left in a bunch, the last of us, that is, and Brack came with us too to get a little fresh air. Well, then, you see, we agreed we ought to see him home. He'd had a drop too much to drink. And now comes the funny part, or really, I should say the tragic part. I hardly like to tell you, Hedda, for Eilert's sake, I mean.
What happened?
Well, as we were going towards the town, I happened to drop behind for a moment, just for a moment.
Yes.
Well, when I ran on to catch them up, what do you think I found by the roadside?
Well, how on earth should I know?
Now, Hedda, you mustn't tell anyone, what? You promised me that. For Eilert's sake, I mean, just fancy. I found this.
Oh. Isn't this the one he brought here yesterday?
It's the whole of that precious, irreplaceable manuscript, and he went and lost it, and he didn't even notice. What about that? It's tragic.
Why didn't you give it back to him?
Well, I didn't dare. The state he was in.
Didn't you tell any of the others?
Good heavens, no. Well, I didn't want to, for Eilert's sake, you understand?
So no one else knows you have his manuscript?
No, and no one must be allowed to know.
Well, didn't it crop up in conversation later?
I didn't get a chance to talk to him anymore. As soon as we got to the outskirts of the town, he and one or two of the others, they gave us the slip. Huh? Disappeared, my Joe.
Well, I suppose they took him home.
Yes, I imagine that was the idea. Brack left us too.
And what have you been up to since then?
Well, I and one or two of the others, they're awfully jolly chaps they were. We went back to where one of them lived and we had morning coffee, morning after coffee, really. But I think I'll just lie down for a bit and give poor Eilert a chance to sleep it off, and then I'll run over and give this back to him.
No, don't do that, not yet. Let me read it first.
Oh, no, honestly, Hedda, really, I don't do that.
Daren't?
Well, imagine how desperate he'll be when he wakes up and finds the manuscripts missing. He hasn't any copy, you see. He told me so himself.
Well, can't a thing like that be rewritten?
Oh, good heavens, no, not possibly. Well, I shouldn't think. I mean, the inspiration, you know?
Oh, of course, I'd forgotten that. By the way, here's a letter for you.
Letter? Hmm? That's that.
It arrived early this morning.
It's from Auntie Juju. I wonder what on earth it can be. Oh, Hedda, she says poor Aunt Irina's dying.
Well, we've been expecting that.
She says if I want to see her, I must go quickly. I'll run over at once.
Oh, run!
Hedda, I suppose you wouldn't like to come with me. What about that?
Oh, no. You mustn't ask me to do anything like that. I can't stand illness or death. I loathe anything ugly.
Yes, of course. I do hope I won't be too late. I don't want...
You'll be all right if you run.